In Canada, webtoons enjoy great popularity as they appeal to people of all ages with their fun and easy accessibility. The Embassy of the Republic of Korea to Canada is taking advantage of the latest appeal in bringing Korea closer to Canada by promoting the webtoon K-Culture with Korey and Canver. The K-Culture with Korey and Canver series have been released once a month through the social media channels of the Korean Embassy and the Korean Cultural Center in Canada. The series featured Korea's kimchi-making kimjang culture in January, Solal celebration of the Lunar New Year's Day in February, traditional instruments in March, hanbok dresses in April, and Korea in Canada in May. The Korean Cultural Center in Canada also introduces Korean dishes in a fun and easy to understand way through the webtoon Gomgom's Journey to the K-Food. As of now, 4 episodes have catered to the naengmyeon cold noodles, galbi BBQ ribs, and gimbap rice rolls to the Canadian audience. Why don't you go on a mouth-watering trip into K-Food with Gomgom, the Asian black bear living in Toronto? As the COVID-19 pandemic makes it hard to visit theaters and enjoy performances in person, some companies stage performances online. Last May, the Korean National Ballet presented its creative performance series to the US audience online. Established in 1962, the Korean National Ballet, KNB, is Korea's first professional ballet company that embodies the history of Korean ballet. The Korean Cultural Center in Washington, D.C. held 2 online premieres of the KNB's creative performance series last May. The first was Honan Seonhun, Suol Gyeonghwa, staged on May 7th. And the second was Hoirang on May 14th. Both performances were acclaimed as having rendered Korean narratives through Western choreography, and thereby opening up new horizons for Korean creative ballet. The Korean Cultural Center in Washington, D.C. plans to delight the audiences at home by providing high-quality online streaming of various performances. If you are interested in Korean performing arts, please stay tuned. The Consulate General of the Republic of Korea in Atlanta and the World Affairs Council of Atlanta co-hosted a webinar on Korea-U.S. Presidents Moon and Biden strengthen ties to ruminate on the significance and outcome of the Korea-U.S. summit on May 21st and President Moon Jae-in's visit to Georgia on May 22nd. Consul General Park Yoon-ju said in a welcoming speech that President Moon and President Biden had held close consultations on major issues, including the Korean Peninsula, and agreed to cooperate on global challenges such as climate change, global supply chain, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Former U.S. Ambassador to Korea, Kathleen Stevens, who currently is the president of the Korea Economic Institute of America, KEI, commented that the summit had strengthened the status of Korea as a U.S. ally and that the joint statement that followed was very comprehensive, clearly stating specific fields of cooperation between the two countries. Former U.S. Ambassador to Korea Mark Lippert also said the Korea-U.S. summit in May was very successful and that it would be important to keep up the momentum by implementing the agreements reached during the summit. The webinar has contributed to shared understanding of the importance of the Korea-U.S. alliance among the participants, including former U.S. ambassadors to Korea, officials from the Georgia state government, as well as academics and journalists from Georgia.